PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. When people experience a traumatic event, sometimes their mind is able to heal and completely move on. But in the case of PTSD patients, the trauma has affected them so deeply that certain triggers may induce waves of crushing emotion. This may last the person's whole life, leaving them with depression, anxiety, and feelings of hopelessness, leading many to substance abuse and self-harm. A new treatment offering great promise in treating this life-altering disorder is the drug MDMA, more commonly known as ecstasy or Molly. PTSD is a particularly hard disorder to cure or treat for therapists because of the reaction the patients are caused by reliving some of those memories. MDMA is able to help in that space by turning off the fear trigger response and flooding the brain with dopamine and oxytocin. These chemicals help the patient remove themselves from the fearfulness of the situation and create a stronger, more empathetic bond with themselves and the therapist. In 2010, psychiatrist Michael Mithofer held a double-blind placebo study with 25 patients who were already treatment-resistant for PTSD. By the end of the study, 85% of MDMA-treated patients no longer qualified for even having PTSD. Follow-up interviews done 4 years later revealed that the results had held up and patients had still remained PTSD-free. Here in an interview with Bessel van der Kolk, a psychiatrist, PTSD specialist, and currently the lead investigator for Phase 3 Boston MDMA trials, he explains the healing process which MDMA patients go through during the study.
Every single subject that we saw had a remarkable experience of going very deeply inside, and this is no picnic. This is not an experience like, oh, we see God and we see great transcendent realities and we feel so much better. People actually go into their trauma and they lie there and they suffer as they go into it. But the natural defenses that keeps people from going there seem to dissolve with the MDMA. So people have their experiences and say, yeah, I was raped when I was 3 years old. And then they go like, this poor kid, this poor child who I once was, that I had to go through it. And the big thing that we seem to see, and that our data also seem to support, is that the MDMA is capable of giving people a very deep sense of self-compassion. So rather than hating themselves for being as weak as they were when it happened, or not putting up more resistance, or taking it so hard, all the different things that people blame themselves for when they get traumatized, they go into a state of deep self-compassion where they feel the depth of the pain that they're carrying, and to say, yes, this happened to me. Isn't it amazing that I'm still alive after having gone through this experience? And that experience happened 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or when I was 3 years old. But today, it is June 2021, and I'm alive.
Although results are promising, MDMA faces an uphill battle in terms of being a viable treatment for many, because of strict drug laws which prevent many medical researchers from even studying the drug. Though there are low neurotoxicity concerns and low morbidity rates even among recreational use, there is largely still a negative perception of the drug. In 2009, the UK government asked the Advisory Committee of the Misuse of Drugs to provide a report on MDMA. After research done with neuroscientists, medicine experts, and criminal justice officials, the committee decided that MDMA would more appropriately belong as a Class B substance rather than Class A. The change was rejected by the Home Secretary and fears that it might, quote, send the wrong message. Although facing an uphill political battle, MDMA is still making new advances with trials underway in the US, Israel, Australia, and Canada. Psychologists are also exploring the benefits of MDMA therapy for other problems, such as treatment for post-detox alcoholics. Although treatment resistance remains high for those with PTSD, relief may soon be underway, with MDMA as a promising tool to help patients where it is needed.